Manchester United fans, brace yourselves. The Red Devils have just received a potential game-changing boost.
Manchester United fans, brace yourselves. The Red Devils have just received a potential game-changing boost. Chelsea's Cole Palmer could be on the move, and his heart may be pulling him back to Manchester. Could United pull off the unthinkable? Plus, a fierce three-way transfer battle is heating up, and we've got all the juicy details. You don't want to miss this. Hey Reds, and welcome back to the Manchester United Transfer News Live, your #1 place for real-time updates, exclusive insight, and breaking stories from the heart of Old Trafford. It's Tuesday, January 27th, and with the window slamming shut in less than a week, things are seriously heating up. Make sure to smash that like button if you're excited about the recent wins, and subscribe so you never miss a single piece of Man United news. Alright, let's dive into it. The surprise target United fans never expected. In a stunning twist to the transfer window tale, Manchester United have been unexpectedly linked with Chelsea's Cole Palmer, and what's more, there could be a personal angle driving this potential switch. According to sources close to both United and Palmer's camp, the England international is reportedly open to a move back to Manchester, where it all started for him emotionally. While he rose through the ranks at bitter rivals Manchester City, it's no secret that Palmer grew up a Manchester United fan. That emotional connection could become a key factor if United were to make a late formal inquiry. What makes this story even more intriguing is that Palmer is currently one of Chelsea's few bright spots in an otherwise disappointing season. With his career booming and his confidence sky-high, United's interest underlines just how serious the recruitment department is about reshaping the attack. Now, let's be clear, Chelsea are unlikely to part ways with Palmer easily. He's got a long-term contract, and they forked out £40 million to get him from Man City. But with Palmer reportedly feeling unsettled in London and a desire to play regularly in the Champions League, something Chelsea can't offer next season, the narrative begins to shift. Could we see Palmer don the red of Manchester United in the summer? Keep your eyes peeled. We'll be following this story closely. Joshua Zirkzee, the new striker target? Another major story we're tracking today is a three-way battle for Dutch sensation Joshua Zirkzee. Manchester United are not alone in their pursuit. They're joined by Serie A giants AC Milan and Bundesliga hopefuls RB Leipzig, both reportedly admiring the Bologna striker. Zirkzee has had a breakout season in Italy, showcasing his intelligent movement, link-up play, and killer finishing. With Anthony Martial set to leave and questions still looming over Rasmus Højlund's consistency, United know they'll need more firepower up front going into next season. What makes Zirkzee particularly attractive is his reasonable release clause in the region of €40 million, making him a potentially shrewd bit of business in a market where elite strikers often cost north of €80 million. This deal, however, is far from simple. Bologna would prefer to keep him until the summer, while Milan are said to be working on a pre-contract agreement. Leipzig, meanwhile, have reportedly offered the striker more game-time guarantees. United's trump card? The Premier League brand, and the potential to work under a new project possibly with an attacking-focused manager, especially if INEOS implements sweeping changes this summer as expected. Stay tuned on this one. Zirkzee could be a name we hear more and more in the next few days. Now here's some unfortunate news. United target Patrick Dorgu has picked up a leg injury just as the club was deepening its interest. The Lex left-back has been scouted multiple times this season, with United viewing him as a potential long-term successor to Luke Shaw and a competitor for Tyrell Malaysia. Dorgu has drawn comparison to former United fullbacks with his aggressive tackles, stamina and attacking flair, but the young Dane will now most likely be out for several weeks. Given the tight time frame of the window, this could kill any January move. Multiple reports say United could now focus either on internally promoting Alvaro Fernandez or revisiting the Dorgu situation in the summer. It's disappointing, but the scouting team will be watching closely once he returns to full fitness. Carlos Baleba, the Lille midfielder, continues to be linked as a potential Casemiro replacement. The 20-year-old has impressed with his ball-winning instincts and versatility. United scouts were present at Lille vs Marseille earlier this week. Bruno Fernandes, despite tabloid-driven speculation, sources close to the club say United are not looking to offload the captain, even with Saudi interest re-emerging. Julian Alvarez, no official approach just yet, but with INEOS hoping to make marquee signings, Alvarez's name is repeatedly mentioned behind closed doors. Could City really let him go to their biggest rivals? All right, Reds, it's your turn now. Let's get that comment section booming. Should Manchester United make a bold move to sign Cole Palmer from Chelsea, even if it takes a big budget? Would Joshua Zirkzee be an upgrade on Hodgland, or should United go all in on experience? And what position do you think is the biggest priority before the window shuts? Leave your thoughts down below. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. We've got Chapter 2 of today's transfer story coming up next. And trust us, you do not want to miss what we've got in store. Spoiler, a United midfielder could be leaving in a surprise twist. Big changes are coming to Manchester United's midfield, and the clock is ticking fast as INEOS and the Old Trafford hierarchy prepare for a massive shake-up. With Casemiro's departure now officially confirmed for the summer, and growing speculation surrounding the futures of Christian Eriksen, Donny van de Beek, and Scott McTominay, United are moving fast to reshape the core of their engine room. Casemiro, the Brazilian maestro who was pivotal in United's return to the Champions League last season, will be leaving at the end of the current campaign, likely heading toward a lucrative move to Saudi Arabia or MLS depending on negotiations. Despite lifting the Carabao Cup in his debut season, the 31-year-old has struggled with fitness and form this year, and INEOS, led by Sir Jim Ratcliffe, has decided it's time for a younger, more dynamic profile in that key defensive midfield role. That opens the door to some exciting possibilities, and names are already flying through the rumour mill. One of the top targets being considered is Lille's Carlos Baleba, the Cameroonian-born 20-year-old who's been turning heads in League One. Described as a blend between N'Golo Kante and Yves Bissouma, Baleba offers stamina, breaking power, and a keen eye for a pass out of pressure. United scouts were in attendance earlier this week at Lille's clash with Marseille, and reports suggest talks are ongoing behind the scenes, although no bid has been submitted yet. With Casemiro out and Sofiane Amrabat's loan likely not to be extended, the midfield rebuild is going to be one of United's biggest focuses by the time the summer window begins. There's another name grabbing headlines though, and it's a more glamorous one. Julian Alvarez, the World Cup winning striker at Manchester City, has emerged as a surprise name on United's wish list. At first glance, it sounds impossible. Why would City sell to their biggest rivals? But sources close to Manchester United's board, along with links from Argentine outlets, suggest the Red Devils are monitoring Alvarez's situation at the Etihad. The versatile forward has grown frustrated with his lack of consistent starts since Erling Haaland's arrival, and wants a more central role. United, always on the hunt for marquee stars who are Premier League proven and marketable, see Alvarez as an opportunity if the player pushes for a move himself. While a January deal is practically impossible, and City would demand a massive fee to even consider talks, this could shape into one of the biggest transfer sagas of the summer should Alvarez's situation remain unresolved. In the short term, United's focus remains realistic and deliberate: clear deadwood, promote youth, and prepare for structural change. In that regard, massive strides are being made behind closed doors. Sources at Carrington confirm that 3 academy graduates, Kobbie Mainoo, Dan Goy, and Willy Kambwala, are all being groomed for expanded roles in the Feist team for the remainder of the season. Mainoo, of course, has already impressed massively since returning from injury, putting in man-of-the-match performances against Arsenal and Manchester City in recent weeks. The 18-year-old has been hailed by pundits as United's future midfield general, with a blend of composure, vision, and maturity way beyond his years. Dan Goy, an aggressive ball carrier and combative midfielder, has also trained regularly with the first team and could be in line for more FA Cup appearances and possible Premier League cameos, especially if McTominay exits in the summer. United's recent shift toward academy promotion under Erik Ten Hag, with support from Ratcliffe's sporting department, is a signal that the club are trying to build not just a team, but an identity. That identity could take further shape with potential additions like João Neves from Benfica or even Bayern Munich's Ryan Gravenberch, both being continuously monitored as long-term targets. Meanwhile, Bruno Fernandes' future has once again become a point of conversation in European media, with Saudi clubs showing heavy interest in the Portuguese playmaker. However, Men understands that no talks have taken place, and Fernandes remains committed to United's vision beyond this season, especially if the system around him improves. He remains the captain, and Erik Ten Hag has no intention of letting his leadership walk away, Not while the rebuild is just starting to find its feet. Another player who has generated transfer buzz is Jadon Sancho, currently flourishing back in Germany during his loan spell at Borussia Dortmund. With 2 assists in his last 3 starts, talks around a permanent return to Dortmund or a sale to Serie A have re-emerged, but United are reportedly open to reintegration as long as relationships can be mended. The decision will come down to Sancho's attitude and fitness over the next few months. Finally, a word on Michael Carrick. Yes, the former United midfielder is being increasingly mentioned as a future coaching addition if Erik ten Hag leaves or moves into a more technical role under INEOS in the future. Carrick's success at Middlesbrough hasn't gone unnoticed, and insiders appreciate his modern understanding of United's traditions as well as his calm, tactical approach. All these moving parts point to one thing: change is coming, and fast. January may end quietly in terms of incomings, but don't confuse silence for inactivity. The foundations for new Manchester United are being laid, and the summer of 2026 is going to be massive. Before then, the club remains focused on finishing top 4, progressing in the FA Cup, and laying groundwork for departures that will fund this long-awaited transformation. Buckle up, because the new era is just beginning. That's it for Chapter 2 of our Man United Transfer Watch. What do you think of Casemiro's confirmed departure? Is Carlos Baleba the right replacement? Would Alvarez ever consider crossing the Manchester divide? Drop a comment below and get in the conversation. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the bell to stay locked in for breaking United news as we count down to deadline day. See you in the next update. Reds. Glory, glory Man United.